Is it working? Let's hope it is.
Audio's
Let's just go with it's working. Hello everybody, we're back, live and lewd, and here's Don to do the intro.
Oh,
He's
hey, that's
the more
me.
professional one.
And I could do the intro, sure. So, hey, what's up, everybody? It's VRSpies, and we are back. Yes, we have, just like the Phoenix, man. We just keep, like, rising from the dead. And so here we are. We are here to invade your Sunday again with some cool VR talk. And we've got myself, Don, VR Gamer Dude. We've got Chris, UKRifter. We've got Billy, Pretty Neat VR. And possibly a little visit from Reality Check. We hear from Caleb?
Yeah, he's going to be jumping in. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I guess he did say
the plan.
Possibly jump in for a sec.
All right, man. So it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Yes.
And we are the surviving members, it's worth saying. The surviving four.
Yeah, everyone else just passed away, and we were like,
yeah,
should we keep going or not? And then, I don't know, you guys were like, yeah, let's do it. So this is in honor of them.
Yeah.
Guys,
I know, I can't believe they're in the same helicopter. That was really bad luck.
No. But yeah, they're all good. We just this is who could make it, and then Caleb, I think, might jump in later. So
yeah, I think he's up in Nebraska somewhere.
He's on dad duty, I think.
Lincoln, Nebraska. He's hanging out in the cornfields and the floods. Unfortunately, yeah. Probably a lot of flooding around there. Sorry if anyone lives out there and has to deal with that right now.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
You're really professional, Billy. That's really professional. You really sounded like you cared.
I do. That I have family back there that's actually getting affected too. But I did probably sound a little insincere. But I do really.
No, he does
sorry.
care. Well, that was a slightly dark way to begin the podcast, anyway. But hello, everybody. Can I do a couple of shout outs? Because Paradise Decay, I just want to shout out to Paradise Decay. I just read on Twitter, he's very unfortunately, he's having an eye operation, poor lad. So worst thing that can happen to someone that's a mad fan of VR is getting a problem with your eyes. So best of luck to Paradise Decay. Hope you're back with us very soon. And of course, UKRifter, who's really going through the mill recently with his own health and his family. We're all thinking of you, man, and hope you feel better soon. Hope your family make a full recovery as well.
And I mean, to both of them, I mean, they're both such pillars of the VR community. I mean, you've got Paradise Decay. I mean, he's out there all the time, man, every day, pushing it hard. And then you've got, Daniel, UKRifter. I mean, every bit of positivity that we have in this community right now, he is the epitome of that.
Oh yeah,
I really wish you guys well.
He's great. I mean, yeah, I have a lot of respect for both of them. I mean, Paradise Decay obviously puts a lot of effort in and really, out there every day. And UKRifter, like you say, he's the most positive guy in VR you'll ever meet. He's fantastic, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. He's a good dude.
Okay.
Good dude.
So where do we start? It's been such a long time. Where do we start?
I know, man. I tell you.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you go ahead.
Oh yeah.
This is the professional level you come to expect from us, okay? Just the continual interrupting. Don't expect it's changed.
Yeah, Chris. No, just kidding. No, I was thinking about that. Like it's been so long. It's like it's given the community time to like really get some higher end games to play. Like there's a lot of headsets out now, and we just haven't done anything in that time period where it was like kind of still building a lot. And I feel like now we've got so much going on that like why not come back and start talking about this stuff again, because it is pretty exciting with all the headsets out. We're more, it's less about like, oh, did you see like this UI that's in this game now? We've got all like that stuff's kind of been fleshed out, and we're getting to get really good experiences and stuff. So it's really awesome.
Yeah, I think it's a good point. I suppose if you look back when it was just a couple of systems and there wasn't a huge amount of content, so when something new came out, we'd all jump on it, and like every episode, in about half an hour to an hour, we could cover pretty much every major thing going on in VR that week. But now we haven't got a chance, I mean, and in 8 months, so much has changed. It's incredible. But I think the guy among the team who's probably, well, it's probably not fair to say this entirely, but Don's probably been closest to the action just simply the stuff he's been involved with. I think that's fair to say, and also Caleb as well. But I mean, Don, where do you want to start?
Man, I tell you, there's so much. There's so much going on right now, and like you said, it's such an exciting time for VR. I mean, because we're finally starting to see some movement in the industry. I mean, we've got the Oculus Quest launch, so obviously that was huge for VR. That's definitely getting VR out there and on people's heads, and and then we've got the Rift S, we've got the Valve Index coming up. I mean, there's starting to be rumors of the PlayStation VR 2. Then we've got these guys. I tell you what, I'm playing with this thing and I am loving it.
It's hard to keep track of the models of Pimax headsets out there.
Oh my God! I mean, I'm telling you, so
OLED and this new business edition, and I don't know. There's a lot of them, isn't there?
It's like, exactly. But to kind of speak to what we were talking about, there's just so much more out here right now than before when we were doing this. I mean, it is insane to think that we have all of these different headsets. We're starting to see headsets that are, all in one. We're starting to see things that we never really thought a year or two ago that we were going to see this early in the game. So just exciting times, man. Exciting.
So what have we got? What have we got coming? What's in the pipeline for you guys as far as what you've ordered and what you're looking forward to the most?
Well, I mean, obviously the Index. I mean, there's that's the one that everybody is still out there kind of waiting to see. We are starting to see some journalist reviews. We're starting to, I started seeing some murmurs of people possibly getting their orders moved into processing the other day. So
yes,
wow,
two days ago actually, I think was the first past shipping soon to here's your tracking number was like 2 days ago, I think. And there's actually on the Reddit page, I'll see if I can find it. They had a map of, I remember Oculus there was like a thing like that too. It was like what your order number was.
Out where their order number was.
It's a spreadsheet, but this one's cool because it's like an interactive map. So you can the selections are like, it shows where everyone's at and what process they're at on the map.
Oh wow!
So it's really cool just to see. I mean, obviously not everyone's done it. There's probably like, I don't know. The other day I probably saw like 200 or 300 people on the map.
Yeah, but I remember the Oculus tracker, and all that did was just annoy people, wouldn't it? Because like people with like low numbers and they hadn't been processed. People getting so angry.
And I've already seen that too, because there's been people that have been a 12 o'clock or like 0-minute pre-order, and they said, why have I not even got my shipping? And this guy that's 6 minutes in, he's already got his shipping information. And I think it's still going to come down to this, they're going to ship on the 28th. I think they might even be planning it to ship it on that day across the board. Maybe, I don't know. But
hey, we got Wayne in the chat. What's up, Wayne?
Wayne, IG83?
IG83 is in the chat, guys.
Look at him, No Man's Sky. Yep.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, I'll tell you what, on the game front, that is one I am totally looking forward to. You can see I've resurrected Battle Chair specifically for that. So I can't wait. I am like
Battle Chair resurrected it. That's awesome.
It's good stuff. Okay. So I got to admit, I haven't. We're doing this, by the way. We're doing this very ghetto this time.
Oh, we're
doing the Hangout. And we're copying the sort of window into OBS. So you'll see this stuff flicking in and out with all the it's very unprofessional. Sorry about that, but anyway, you'll spot that. As for me and Index, I've had a lot going on recently, and I've had this sort of running excuse that I can't really afford to buy an Index right now because I'm building an extension and it's costing a fortune, and it's looking good out there in all the mess. But then today I bought myself a motorcycle, so that excuse doesn't really hold up. I think actually...
That is a badass motorcycle.
It's a badass motorcycle.
That is a badass motorcycle.
I'm hoping it might make me look a bit more masculine. I'm hoping that's what I'll get out of it, just a little bit more masculine.
It might help a little bit.
It might lower my estrogen levels, you never know. But yeah, so I can't use that as an excuse. I think in reality, I'm kind of waiting to see with Index whether it lives up to the hype, and I really hope it does, obviously.
Yeah, it looks like it's past. So now with the full kit too on Reddit, a day ago, someone said that the full kit is past September now. So if you pre-order, you're looking at past September.
I know mine. I didn't do the full kit because I've already got the 1.0 base stations, and I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah,
I definitely wanted the. I wanted the Index controller, so I went ahead and did the Index Plus.
Same. And I might get the base stations if money's right, because they're still like, they'll ship the end of the month still, so you can still pre-order the base stations, but everything else is like way out.
I was end of August. I think mine said expected end of August. So I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's just funny that people are doing the trackers again and all.
Yeah.
That.
It's exciting. It's exciting a little bit. I think it's kind of cool.
But that's what's great about it, Billy, is that people are so excited about it again.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it shows that we're kind of back to that, or like we've kind of come full circle, and now we have another HMD that's got people so excited they always need to start trackers, spreadsheets.
Oh, there's Wayne.
It's Mr. Wayne.
Yes,
out in the garden.
What up,
right? Yo.
Looking good, man. Looking good.
Everyone all right, yeah?
We've got a little bit of echo on your line. If you can turn your volume down just a little bit. That's a lovely treehouse you got behind you.
Yeah, working on that right now.
Oh yeah, that's a new VR room right there.
VR room, yeah. Sick.
Look at that. And you have a beard also. It's not quite as magnificent as Billy's, but you're getting there.
Yeah. Everyone all good though, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. So, Wayne, are you doing anything with VR? Have you got anything on order, or are you?
Being honest, I'm a little bit out of the loop, to be honest. I've kind of been getting back into a little bit of 3D gaming, which is not great, but I've not put, you know, my Vive trackers are down, my headset's tucked away in there. I'm kind of a little bit out of the loop at the minute, to be honest, gents, and it's a shame, really, but I've just kind of been waiting for a big game. I've been waiting for a big game to get me back in, and pretty much No Man's Sky, you know, I'll keep checking in, and it's supposed to be summer, isn't it? Summer 2019, so...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's quite a big one.
So, I mean, other than that, though, I mean, it's that catch-22 situation. It's like the content won't come until the player base is there, and the player base won't come until the content's there. And I just think that's one of the biggest hurdles for VR at the minute, you know. And it's a shame because I love VR, and I wish I could play every single game like that. But it's just at the minute I don't.
Well, you and me have been in the same boat, to be honest, Wayne. I mean, I really feel like a bit of an imposter here. I've been so out of the loop. There's only really a few games I've been playing.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, and it's you know, I really do genuinely love VR, and I think the biggest thing that would get me back in. I mean, I even need a NASA computer to get back in for Fallout. You know, like Fallout doesn't run well on my rig. Because I've got the Pimax 5K, haven't I? And you know, I can just about.
Oh, okay. All right. So I just got the 5K, and I got to tell you, I'm not hating on that headset.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like it, to be honest. You know, with I don't really see any distortion. I'm playing with the low FOV, and it still feels massive, and it's cool. And playing like in depth looks mental on that game. Like in that game in the headset, like Assetto Corsa, Project Cars, they all look mental. But I've only got a GTX 1080, and that's kind of like bare minimum, really.
Yeah.
You know, so
1080 Ti. I mean, even with a 1080 Ti, it's still just it's crushing it.
Yeah, and I just can't justify paying out £1,000 for a 2080 Ti. You know what I mean? Like, there's other priorities at the minute, and GPU prices are just a little bit inflated, I think. But then, you know, I do think that isn't there supposed to be like an 11 series coming out? Because there was like a I know the 20 series came out, but I'm sure there's something that's going to be similar to a 2080 Ti power, but without the tensor cores, I think. So it hasn't got like the ray tracing stuff.
This is what Greg. It's like, where's Greg?
Yeah, Greg was telling me about it. I saw it in the store. I think they're already out, aren't they? Or maybe that's the one that's like not the same level as 2080 Ti.
Yeah, I'm
sure.
The
11 series is out.
Isn't it the 16 or something? Like, is that what they've gone for? Yeah, 16.
Trying to look it up.
1160, is it? Is that what they've gone for? 1160? Whereas like 1180 Ti will probably be like a nice entry point. You're probably looking at like 600 to 700, which is a lot more acceptable for similar performance when you're not doing ray tracing. I mean,
yeah, who knows ray tracing really? And of course, it means nothing in VR at the moment.
It's future.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
1660.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
Whereas,
but it's affordable. I'm not seeing a version that's really high end.
Yeah, so it's down the line really, and I think there definitely is a place for ray tracing. It's just at the minute you're not really going to be pushing the amount of frame rate you need in VR. But I think with the normal way of there's kind of pushing graphics to the limit at the moment. I think it's the next logical step. So I think that eventually ray tracing is the way to go to increase visual fidelity. I just think they kind of get into the upper limits of what they can do, without making it genuine light casting and shadow casting. I think that's the next step, and I think that's going to be awesome. But we're not quite there. We're not quite there on the tech side. But yeah. Anyway,
you need the foveated rendering for that.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm super excited though. I am super excited. I mean, I keep checking in almost daily on the No Man's Sky Steam page and that, and on the Reddits, and it's just a bit of a meme at the minute now because summer kind of is here, even though it's been pissing down for like about 2 months. It's supposed to be official summer, I think. 20th, is it 20th? 20th of June is official summer in UK.
Something like that.
Yeah. So what have you guys been up to anyway? What have you been playing?
I've been playing a couple monitor games. World War II game. Hell Let Loose. And I played Carnage Chronicles last night. Just trying to get it to work with the Omni treadmill. That's a good game.
Yeah, no, we need to try that 4 players. That would be amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Hey Wayne, you might need to just drop your volume again. I'm getting a little bit of echo.
Yeah,
sorry.
Getting a lot of feedback.
There you go. Oh, still getting feedback. Sorry, dude. Yeah, it's mad.
Apologies. So I'm running from the phone.
I think it sounds better now. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. Oh, never mind.
Oh, interesting. VR Realm was saying that they're using No Man's Sky in the
nice. Before we get off of Valve Index, I want to check my account, see if I got shipping yet. Curious.
Man, I tell you, I am very curious about that headset. I mean, I think the first thing that I was really hoping for with it was the expanded field of view, and now that I'm IMAX, I've seen that now, and I don't know, it's coming back from 170 to 135 is going to be kind of difficult. But
yeah, Greg and I were talking about it. It seems like it'll be like a perfect happy medium, so you can run it on mid-level,
I think it will be
upper and high rigs, but
especially if you're trying to run it at 144 hertz. I mean, even 120 hertz. But I don't know. I really want to see the silky smoothness that those frame rates bring.
Yeah, after using a 144 hertz monitor, I'm pretty much sold on that.
Mm-hmm.
You could essentially use like the index controllers, like the knuckles or whatever they're called these days, and you could pair that up with Any Steam VR headset, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that.
I had heard that people are having issues with it right now with the Pimax stuff, because of the way that Pimax does their Steam VR integration. It somehow has broken the Knuckles early prototype and the index controllers, so they're working on that. But as long as you've got the base stations, you should be able to pair the controllers.
What's that you've got in behind you there, man? VR Game Dude, man.
What's that? Behind me. Oh, you're talking about the
Yeah.
Oh, that's my hold on, it's my VR trooper. He holds my Odyssey. You know. So just
Wayne, is your computer set up? Go to a mic, man.
Yeah, I know, man.
I had to do it because it had to complement VR Yoda from all those years ago. So.
Yeah, VR Yoda. I do remember him fondly. No, I don't know. As I was saying, I mean the whole index thing, I'm very excited about, but I'm just hanging on and seeing what people think, letting everyone else take a risk with their money first for a change. You know what I mean? I was the early adopter, doing it for you. Now you can do it for me, okay?
Nice.
Right.
So Paul says he's what's he got? Oh, he's getting a Quest now. See, I was asking this question the other day about what's the use case for someone to buy a Quest?
Yeah, Echo. It's bad.
Echo.
Yeah. Hey Wayne.
He muted.
I muted him. It's fine. He can unmute when he sorts it out. Hey Wayne, I muted you. Are you on the headset?
Put the earbuds in.
Put your earbuds in. That'll work fine.
So what do you think about the Quest, Chris?
Yeah, I was trying to work out what the actual what the use case is really for someone that has kind of high-end VR. Like if you've got a Pimax or an Oculus or a Vive or whatever, why would you want a Quest? And I'm asking you, Don. I've never asked you this question before. What's the answer?
I'm going to tell you the exact use case right here. This is exactly where Quest fits into at least my life, okay? Because I do have the high-end VR systems. I can't take those out in the backyard at the perfect time when there's just a little sun and not too much sun and get perfect tracking and run around my yard. So that right there, I think is, and of course that's not what it's advertised or built to be, but the ability to take the Quest and use it in extremely large spaces and outdoor areas when the lighting conditions are right, and have that feeling, that holodeck feeling of actually being able to walk and move, that changes.
Yeah, but how many games take advantage of that, of the kind of arena scale? Do any of them actually do that?
I'm sorry, you were so bad I couldn't even hear you.
I know, I can't really hear, unfortunately. Wayne, can you mute for a second? Okay. No. Wayne, can you mute for a second?
I should be muted.
No, you're not.
I should be muted already.
You're not. Oh, there we are. Yeah, it's better. Okay, cool.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Chris.
So yeah, the question is, how many actually take advantage of arena type thing? Because that was the promise, wasn't it? That you could go out into a field or like even in like a five-a-side football court,
right? It never really was the promise, and they actually discourage you from doing it because you could possibly damage the lenses if sunlight gets in there, and of course you could damage yourself, like you could trip in a pothole or something like that. They did, like the first time I got to try it was last year when Oculus brought me out to OC5, and they did have an arena scale experience set up. They had the Dead and Buried arena scale.
Yeah, that's right.
Got to go in there in teams of 3 versus 3, and it was really cool. And they had obstacles set up that you could touch, and that really showed, I think, more what could be done with LBEs. So they discourage doing what everybody's doing with like taking it out to football fields and backyards and things like that. The thing is it works, and
Like Caleb, like playing Blade and Sorcery and just not having to ever teleport or use the thumbstick and just walk everywhere in the map. You wouldn't go farther than the bounds, like if in a game like that. Like it, if you went to a big enough area, you'd never get to the edge of like a field or something because the level wouldn't allow it. But yeah, like an endless map, that would be pretty wild if someone just made like something that was like that built on like Minecraft or No Man's Sky, where it's.
Think about this, Billy. You could do that with the proper programming because you could do redirected walking. And
right.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that game? What was that game that did that back in the day? DK2, there was a game that did that.
I remember.
Where you
I remember.
Kind of walked in a square, but you saw new places every time.
God, I cannot remember the name of that game.
Yeah,
I keep thinking it's
cool.
Budget Cuts, but it's not Budget Cuts because that's a different one. But it was.
No,
it was like that. It was like that kind of.
It was that style, wasn't it?
If anybody knows, throw that in the chat because that's going to drive me insane for the rest of the day. But no, I mean, just bringing it back to that point for a second, guys. So that right there, it takes it and it actually, for me at least, makes it a holodeck finally because I am not hitting the edge of a boundary so often. I mean, if you set up the play space, like I've got a perfect play space in my new backyard, and I have gone out there and I've created a huge boundary, and I mean I can walk around in Journey of the Gods or Super Hot. I can play Super Hot and really move all over those little maps, and I mean it's just
I just thinking like about Caleb now being in Lincoln, like he's like puts on the quest for like a beach experience, but he's actually walking out in like a field.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's funny, like I can hear the waves. He's like out by some cows.
Right. It's beach cows.
Wading out into the sea, never to be seen again. No, I get it. I get the use case about showing it to your friends. Totally get that. And I bought a Go for exactly that. I bought a Go to show it to my friends. And of course, a Go was a little bit disappointing. And of course, Quest completely addresses all that. So it will be the ultimate demo toy to have for friends. And in fact, look, I'll just show you. I did tweet this, but not everyone follows me on Twitter. But I've got a couple of them sitting here in a box. So there you go.
What is that?
These are quests. I do have some, but they're not for me.
Giveaways for like people on your team, right?
Yeah, so I've got a team across Europe who a lovely bunch of people, and we wanted to sort of do a kind of employee of the month type thing, and so the prize is a couple of quests. So yeah, we're really good to our employees.
Now I was going to say, and to join said team, we do
a lot of terrible things you have to do. Terrible things. A lot of assassinations.
It's just weird stuff. It's just weird.
Weird stuff. And look, a lot has changed since 8 months ago. I'm off the whiskey. I'm on the gin now. So I like to feel that's progress. That's progress towards a non-alcoholic life.
That looks like an orange that went through a blender or something in there.
I made the I actually made that.
Paint thinner. Oh, paint thinner's great, man. It smells good.
Oh, yeah.
Is that any better now?
Perfect.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Sound like an angel.
He's back. He always.
You want to see something awesome?
Yes.
Check this beast out, man. This is probably one of the things that I've not been talking about recently, but check this out, man.
Let's have a look at this. What is it? Oh, is that a Jag?
Nice.
Yes.
Is that an XJ?
Nice.
It's an XE. Check this out.
Oh, nice. That is a nice car, man. I've been looking at an XJ myself, and that is a beautiful car.
That's sick.
That's nice. It's like the XJ, but not the limo chassis, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. That is classy. That's a classy British car there.
It's got 19s on it, man.
19s.
Dude, that's sweet.
If anyone came here for VR, all you've got so far is motorbikes and cars. So.
Right, I was going to say, we've been having people in the chat going,
which is totally fine.
I'm not here to talk about pancake games.
That's a nice car though, man. Well done. And you're supporting Great Britain by buying a Jag. Like I'm supporting Great Britain by buying a Triumph. Brexit and all that. Not really. We should remain in the EU on a serious note. Anyway. So, where should we go? Actually, you know what? Can I mention Pimax just one more time? Because I know we switched onto Index a bit, but You
it's cool,
were
man.
saying me
I'm
earlier,
all about talking about Pimax.
Pimax, you were really raving about Pimax, and I know, of course, you've got Wayne's just dropped off, but Wayne loves the Pimax as well. But you were telling me earlier about your experience with both driving games and Elite as being something on another level. Can you elaborate?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'll actually have my full thoughts coming out this week on my channel as a video.
Oh, cool.
But, okay. So, like, what I was talking about was, I don't know, and maybe somebody in the chat can tell me, maybe it's a placebo. I don't know. But for some reason, with the expanded field of view in the Pimax 5K Plus, I actually feel more acceleration. So when I am driving in Project Cars or Assetto Corsa, or when I'm flying in like Aerofly 2 or DCS or something like that, it actually, for some reason, I'm getting a sense of acceleration that I've never felt before. And I think that's because I'm seeing things in the peripheral vision.
That helps for cornering too. De-acceleration.
It really does. And I'll tell you,
cornering.
Yeah, and being able to see the corners a little bit further into the distance. Now, is it a perfect headset? No. I mean, it still has some issues. I mean, there's DE there, but I'm really, I got to tell you, I'm really liking this headset.
Yeah, there you go. And Wayne, unfortunately, we've got echoes, so you need to switch to your headset. Your headset's plugged in.
Yeah, I'll try.
There we go. Something's happened. Oh, that's perfect. Thanks, man. Yeah, and so okay? Wayne, you just perfect, mate. We just missed that. So Dom was basically saying how much more speed he feels on things like Elite Dangerous, and because of the additional kind of field of view and the fact he's got a bit more rush in his peripheral vision, right? Is that what you're seeing as well? Is that what you're enjoying about the Pimax?
It's crazy. It's crazy. I think for me, it's more like the visual fidelity. So like seeing the dials
and right.
Yeah, like like all the you can see like the speedometer, everything really clear. One of the only things that I have noticed is in certain tones, I can almost get like a pattern that you can see with the pixel layout, like on some sort of like orangey colors. I get like a strange weird pattern. It's not like all the time or anything like that, and I've heard that it is only certain people that are getting that as well. But like,
I'll have to look for it.
Yeah, like
they're called fixed pattern noise or something.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's not a deal breaker at all. It's very minor, but it's just something that is worth mentioning. You know what I mean?
I'll take a look for that. I haven't seen it yet. Mine. So now I've only had mine for a little over a week, so I'm still kind of in that getting to know you phase.
Yeah. I love everything about it, but I do worry about it because I don't know how good any kind of RMA service is going to be with Pimax. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm treating it like a piece of glass.
Yeah, I mean, mine too, because I mean, sometimes you pick it up and it creaks, and it's like it kind of feels.
It's really light. It's really light considering the size of it. Like it doesn't feel. Yeah, so I've wrapped it up in a Fallout t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna ask. Did you get the 3D printed 5 Deluxe Pro strap adapters?
No.
I printed some for you, but I went to ship him, and they're like, it was like $50 or $60. So if anybody in the U.S. East Coast specifically, if you want some Pimax adapters, I've got some. I've been sitting in my office for a long time. So
and this is crazy. I've literally got a brand new Vive.
There's Caleb.
Audio strap there. Look.
I'm trying to find out. There's a Vive audio strap right there. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, Caleb. Good to see you, man.
I totally need one of those though because I want to do that mod with the Pimax.
Yeah, so you can have them. I don't. I don't know if I'll get a Pimax, so you can have my 3D printed parts if you want.
That'd be sweet.
Oh,
I know. Well, I still need to get a digital audio strap, but I mean, that would be the
Caleb, man.
Yeah, he's here.
He's there.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Absolutely. Can you guys hear me okay right now? Hopefully, there's no wind coming in at you.
No, we got you.
Really good.
But no, I want to real quick and at least say hi because it's like the Spies podcast coming back today. I'm pretty excited about it, but I'm not there. I'm not sitting by my computer. I'm actually in Lincoln, Nebraska right now, my hometown where I grew up in. So, yeah, interesting.
There you go. Awesome, man. Is the weather calmed down over there? We heard there was some bad weather in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah, we had a lot of bad weather. We had a lot of flooding going on here recently, but it's so far so good right now. I'm just hanging out. I've got my grandmother in the background and my son, and we're going to go do some hanging out at the pizza place right now. But my little brother actually got virtual reality here. Elijah was in hanging out with me in California. So he got a Quest after playing it for the very first time, and he's been playing nonstop. I'm kind of jealous because I don't actually have one yet. So I'm here watching him play and listening to his stories about it. So, but I'm sorry to you guys.
That's awesome, right? You're coming through loud and clear. It's good to see you.
Yeah, for sure. I guess I did want to at least mention, since I'm going to be here talking. Are we going to be doing this next week? We're going to be back next week. Is that what's going to? Are we going to talk?
Yeah, that's what we're aiming for, definitely. And I guess it's, you know,
resurrect the old podcast, man. So.
Exactly. Well, and if one or two of us can make it, then fine. And if it ends up we can all make it, then even better. But yeah, we'll always try and do something.
Well, I'll watch any one of you guys, so that's all good. I say, Billy, I'm not sure if he told you, but him and I were in a tournament recently for the Final Assault, and unfortunately, Billy didn't make it, although he did do well for only getting a little bit of practice. So I somehow pulled it together with only like 30 hours of playtime. I played against Sadly It's Bradley, and he had almost 100 and some hours of playtime, and he's a great competitor, great player. And I feel right now he's probably the strongest player in the game at the moment. But I luckily somehow came out on top. If you watch the matches, I had just a sliver of health when I ended up coming through, but I got first place. And now I'm going to be going to China next month to play in the virtual reality championship, which is great because it's the first time that the Chinese game competitions ever had virtual reality in it, so it's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For them.
That is really cool, man.
Yeah, well done, man. I'm glad you smashed him. He needs a good hiding.
Yes. The VRSpies power. I guess that's my news right now. My news is that I'm focusing on that. Although I haven't actually played the game since the day that I won. The last day that I was in the tournament, I had set off from winning it. I haven't played the game since. Not that it's not a great game. I've just been busy. My little brother came to visit, and then I went to Japan. We had a Japan Arts Festival. We had Pixar 1989. We had a bunch of games being shown in Japan for virtual reality. And then we met the Prime Minister, and long story short, I'm back here now. I can't wait to get kind of focused a little bit more and then hang out with you guys some more. So I guess I'll end my update. I'm not going to try to take too much more of you guys' time, but I know we had some people messaging asking about the cast itself. Not only that, I've just had a lot of people actually message me through emails over the last several months about the VRSpies in general. And it's just so nice to be able to have you guys part of this right now, especially when you know we're so similar in actually what we all do. So, but before I go, I want to hear a little bit from each of you guys. What are you guys playing right now? I mean, I'm sure you guys have talked a little bit about it, but
well,
sorry,
I don't mind telling you I've been mainly playing the same stuff I've been playing for the last 2 years. I mean, onward, stand out.
Yeah.
I love Contractors.
I saw the tweet from you. Yeah.
Oh, I think we got some echo back, Wayne.
Yep.
Oh, it's alright. He's fixed it. Look at that.
There he goes.
Any better?
Better.
That's better.
Way better.
I'd say the last three. I played Serious Sam like a month ago with Dawn and.
Oh yes, that was totally fun.
Tim Talk.
Yeah,
Zim
Talk.
Yeah,
that was a blast. We had like how many people were playing? Like 8 or 9 people?
And we had like at one point like 9 or 10 people actually.
That was a massive.
Well,
What's up, Lincoln, Nebraska?
Yeah, Zim does his Sunday night gaming quite regularly actually. So yeah, he often does like a set of Corsa and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so,
I was really hoping that we could have gone back and finished that.
Look at that kid. Look at that cute kid.
Yeah.
Hello. Look at those guys.
All right, guys. Sorry. Continue.
That's a cute kid break. That's awesome.
Right, there you go. So,
let's see.
Yeah, let's. I also, seeing I just mentioned the set of Corsa, I have got I've got a dedicated little box in my garage now, which is currently warming up my garage. And it's running a set of Corsa. So if you do a search for UKRifter, I'll put a tag on there of VRSpies as well. So basically, you search for that in the server list, you can jump in there. And I've picked the classic because we all used to play together, and we always used to play roughly the same thing, which was GTRs and things like the KTM crossbow at the Nordschleife. So it's that continually running on a loop. So if you want to jump in and reminisce, that's a good one to jump in on. And we should do that. We should do that again sometime, guys. We definitely should jump in a set of Corsa.
Okay.
I love that game.
I'll jump in, but what's the best way to play if you don't have a good wheel? I mean, because I don't have a good wheel. It's always been a problem of mine.
Mine too. That was always my issue. I finally got a wheel cheap, fortunately, but that I hated the difference between like the wheels Caleb and I had and like a newer one. It's like it's easier to play on a controller than that wheel was.
Yes.
I remember that.
I'll jump in and play with you guys. If I'm in Brazil, I can jump in one of their little racers and play on one of those. But otherwise, I'll have to use a controller. But no, I'm gonna jump out. I'll have to recap the podcast. We're gonna go out and grab some pizza right now. But I do care a lot about you, bros. I wanted to at least say hi and stop by and talk for a little bit. Immersive Gamer. Are we still going by Gamer? Or are we just calling you Mr. Wayne? What are we calling you now?
Whatever you want, man. I've not made a video in a long time, to be honest, gents. Like, you know,
Immersive Wayner. It's his name.
You're still growing though, Wayne. Your channel's still growing, which is amazing.
Frame rate and capture good enough to actually upload it. And I don't know, like I think I need to upgrade in order to have a decent enough rig, or just start recording on the Vive. And I don't really want to go down.
It's hard to go back.
Can't you? Yeah. Can't you render it at a smaller FOV or something, or like?
I'm literally playing at low FOV. Yeah, I'm playing at low FOV, and I'm playing at 1.0. Yeah.
I'll tell you another thing though that did help me with that, because even on my 1080 Ti, I've been trying to get my initial first impressions videos out for the thing, and I was having some trouble recording from it. One of the cool things, and I'm going to take a minute to talk about this because I thought this was really cool about the Pimax software and the Pi tool. You can actually change the refresh rate of the HMD all the way down to 60 hertz if you can stomach that. I mean, some people can't because of the flicker. I don't have any problem. Yeah, I was going to say, so I mean, if you take that down to 60 hertz, you're not having to push as much on your graphics card.
That sucks for racing probably though, right? Like
it would. Hertz? Yeah, it would. It'd be okay for like shoot. But you can do 60, 72, or 90. So it actually gives you the ability in the Pi tool to select the refresh rate that you're running at. And then since I'm talking about the Pi tool, I wanted to make mention of something else that I thought was really cool in there that I haven't seen anybody else do. The fact that you can control the brightness, the contrast, and the LCD backlight level.
Oh, wow.
So that right there was gold. Because
the LCDs blacks are gray, right?
About the LCDs being grayish black, and by upping the contrast, lowering the brightness, and changing the backlighting to like a lower backlight, man, Elite looks just as good as it ever has. So
that's like the ultimate test too, because you've got so much black in this. In your view, right?
That's what I played last night, and I was genuinely.
See, I would think like DCS or a racing game wouldn't the black level wouldn't bother me for that, because most of the time you're racing in the day, and I don't know, I just
driving at night in the weather, it was you had to do some adjustment.
Okay. Yeah, not too bad. So. I just got a quick question then. We talked a bit about HMDs, we talked a bit about what we're playing and what we're looking forward to. OC 5, are we on now? Are we on 5? Anyone going? Let's just talk about that. I know it's only just been announced, so I know none of you know whether you're going or not, but Don, you mentioned earlier quite an interesting thing in the announcement. Do you wanna mention that again?
It's okay, so like obviously I've been watching for the announcement like a hawk because I had such a good time. I am really hoping to go back this year, guys. I mean,
me too.
Dream would be that we all get to go. That would be great. Oculus, if you're listening, just
if I can afford it, I'm just gonna pay. Try and pay and go, or credit card maybe.
What Chris was alluding to, what I was talking about, is in this year's announcement, it talked not only about VR, but it talked about AR, and that has got my curiosity peaked. so to speak. It's like, what do we have going on here?
Yeah,
I don't
it's a
know.
funny one. I don't know.
I only saw the release date. I didn't see a trailer or anything like that. I just saw.
Well,
the
I mean,
date.
I know Facebook has really been pushing AR on their platforms, like through their, camera filters and things like that.
Yeah.
So it makes me wonder, of the Oculus Quest utilizing those cameras, but I don't see how you could because they're low res black and white cameras.
Yeah, maybe Facebook was like the R&D for what they're gonna use it in VR.
It's going to be interesting, and I mean, and the nice thing, I think it's going to be an awesome Connect this year because they did fully announce last year that Quest is the end of Gen 1 life cycle. That's it. So there will be no more what they are considering Generation 1 headsets coming out.
Yeah. So for sure, like no headset announcement release date, but maybe some like big announcements for like future stuff, like
I think that
the following year or in the next 2 years or something.
Yeah, I think we're going to finally get a look at the half dome prototype or something or whatever that it has evolved into at this point. And then I don't know, sky's the limit, man. I'm really hoping that we see some, like Wayne was alluding to earlier. We really need some content, though. We're not poor on HMDs and hardware at this point. We're poor on good quality AAA long gameplay content.
Someone needs to make a jump.
That's what I want to see.
Someone needs to make a jump on that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna jump in with, and this isn't a joke, right? I'm telling this to someone that's a developer on the channel. If I scan through here, we got a few developers actually watching today. I'm going to tell you something, right? And this isn't a joke. I have an idea that will make you millionaires, and you're probably thinking, yeah, bollocks. This is fucking true. Okay, listen, just stick with me on this one. There are millions of people around the world. They suffer from these eye conditions, right? So basically, they have like failing eyesight. And one of the most common ones my dad suffers from is called macular degeneration. Now, whether you like it or not, almost everyone will get some form of macular degeneration or something, because effectively the UV, just generally UV hitting your eyes over the years, it degrades the back of your retinas. Obviously, the Vive lasers do that too. Only joking. I am joking.
Oh, yes.
But
Oh, man.
But this macular degeneration effectively just makes your low light vision really awful, and it can create these little holes in your vision where you really struggle to kind of see things and understand what you're looking at. Now, it's my absolute dream to use the pass-through cameras on something like a Quest to boost the contrast, maybe add some lines around objects, just improve the it is contrast, but it's also things like sort of making things more distinct and more bright, so you can boost the light into people's vision. If you can do that, and if you can use the pass-through cameras on something like Quest and develop an application that will do that someone can use, not walking around day to day, but just when they're sitting and reading or watching TV or whatever, you will make millions, right? Because there's so many people out there.
Here's the funny thing,
with
Chris,
this problem.
I literally saw exactly what you're talking about on Facebook just the other day.
And I saw that too. And I saw that too, and I contacted them.
The girl who can only see like a very small spot, and then they amplified that spot, and then she could read the book.
Exactly, and this is why I got so mad, right? Because I contacted these guys, and first of all, I won't mention them because I'm not going to diss a product that obviously is doing some people some good. It's a few £1,000s or a few $1,000s for this thing, or there's like another thing where you can pay like a lower amount and pay a monthly subscription. But this is old tech. They're talking about Samsung cardboard VR stuff, right? They're just passing through data and doing some manipulation on that. Surely, guys, we can do something with either the Vive offering or the Quest or something. And seriously, if someone can figure that out, it's not even that complex, surely. Just to take that image, do a bit of processing, boost the light, fire it into someone's eyes. Come on.
Dude, that's amazing.
$1 million idea. It's yours. Take it.
There you go.
There's some people that like can only see in VR as well. So like they're literally like in day to day they're like legally blind, but like inside VR they like there's stories on Reddit and stuff like the Vive Reddit where they can just see a lot better in VR.
It boosts the light, And Wayne, this is what got me thinking about it, right? Because I remember going into the woods with my dad. We went for a walk, me, my family, my little kids, and my dad. And my dad's got this condition. And we were in the woods, and he's like, I can't really see what's going on here. And at the time, all I did was I used Google Cardboard Camera. Do you remember that one? You just scan it around, it does a 3D photograph.
Yeah.
And then I came home and I loaded that into my Oculus Rift, and I put him in the Oculus Rift. And he was like, oh yeah, I can see what's going on now. And then it was at that point I realized, if you could just boost the light, if you can just boost the contrast, you can really help these people, and the hardware's there now. So come on, programmers.
It's interesting. So
stop making FPS.
more for like, I suppose, almost an AR standpoint. You could maybe some AR glasses,
just
like,
glasses that, there's probably something like that then. Just
absolutely.
Pittsburgh Joe here in the chat just said that. He said it sounds more like an AR app for a phone.
100%. I think the problem with AR is it's very early generation stuff now, and also the light intensity that's getting boosted through AR. It's so low. Every demo you see of Magic Leap is in a room with all the curtains closed with pitch black basically. I don't think it's going to cut it.
I got excited about Unreal, but apparently they are now being sued by Magic Leap. So.
Oh yeah, for stealing the tech or whatever.
They're saying that they got the tech from Magic
proprietary tech or something.
Oh boy.
But it actually looked like glasses. I mean, it looked like a.
Theirs looked like I thought that was funny. Like they nailed the design. As I think Magic Leap looks so goofy, like goggles, like bug eye. But I saw that and I was like, that actually looks really consumeristic, like a better consumer product.
Mm-hmm.
But
I saw that. I didn't realize they were getting sued. Is that a thing? I didn't realize.
Yeah, I saw it the other day.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't. I got contacted by Unreal and they I wanted to try a developer kit, and then
me too.
Communication.
But then they never got back to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say communication stopped, and I'm like, well, I wonder what's going on here. And then I saw that they are now sued by Magic Leap. So
I got so excited.
Leap, you just screwed me out of my AR glasses.
I got so excited because I haven't tried AR glasses yet, and I was like,
I haven't either.
Like I'm gonna get something for free. And it's AR glasses.
Free shit. When did we last get some free shit? Oh, what am I saying? You get free shit all the time, Don. Jesus Christ. It's just me doesn't get anything.
I don't get shit, man. I don't do anything anymore though. Like I can't.
I don't deserve it either, so don't worry.
I need to sort it out. I want to get back into it. I was thinking about starting all over again, as well. Like just going, just completely fresh start in it. I don't know.
I'd say don't do it. Greg did that. He deleted the VR Gaming Evolve channel. Yeah. And I think
he regrets it a little bit.
I think he regrets it a little bit.
Here's the way I look at that. Any of us deleting our channels right now is literally like deleting a piece of history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I don't think Greg does regret it at all. I think he wished he. I don't really want to speak for him because Greg gets annoyed when I speak for him, and he knows where I live. So, but I think he kind of wishes he left it where it was and just started something afresh anyway. So if you're going to do that, mate, just
you can always start another channel. You can have as many channels as you want.
You can always privatize every video too, and then just always have it though. But he did a hard delete. He did a hard delete on that.
I think he's happy with his decision. To be fair,
I think you're right, actually. Yeah.
I think that like things sometimes even for me, man, like when things start becoming a bit of a chore, you need a change, man. And like I think that people start sending you things, and then you feel obligated to do things because people have sent you something, and then like not that you'd make a bias video or anything, but you feel obligated to try and make something, and then you start getting a backlog, and you start thinking, oh fuck, I've got to do this now. But then it starts cutting in, and then I found that like actually like the process of editing, you know what I mean? I feel like editing is probably my downfall. I mean, I used to enjoy it more when I used to just smash it up one take. You just press record, do the lot, stop. There's your video. Do you know what I mean? Whereas when I started editing and you start thinking, oh, there's another problem, and before you know it, you've spent a long time editing a video, and then you've got to spend 3 or 4 times as long uploading the edited version of it in Magix or whatever.
Right.
And then I just thought, this is fucking bollocks. And
I
you know what I
can
mean?
give you a nice handy hint, Wayne, actually, a little technique I learned recently which really has helped me. There's an OBS plugin, and I'm sorry this is a bit off topic, guys, but it's about streaming and VR streaming. But you can get this OBS plugin where you can timestamp. So effectively, you get a little clicker, little Bluetooth clicker that you use like for presentations. Stick that on your belt. Every time you're in a live stream, or whatever, and every time something awesome happens, you just click the clicker. It puts a timestamp on the video, and then when you go back to edit, you just go chop, 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 bang. And honestly, it shrinks your editing time down to about a tenth of what it was before. I still can't be asked to edit, but you know.
My editing's not even any good though. It's shit. Like I'm not. Look, I'm rubbish, but like, it was just a joy anyway. Oh man.
You know what you should do? My handy hint of the year, as far as that's concerned, is just play games with Billy, because Billy will basically he'll edit it for you and bring out a way better video, and I just sit back and I just let him do it. You know, that's the way to do it. Like my last two contractors videos.
That was pretty funny though when you tweeted that. You're like, I don't have to do any editing anymore. I just gotta play games.
I just retweet your video. That's it.
I like what you were saying there, IG. I was actually talking to on Twitter, Huckleberry Ziegler Overclocked.
What's up with that guy?
I like that guy. He's awesome, isn't
he?
He's
cool,
come from nowhere.
Straight to the point about everything.
I dig what he's trying to do, but it's like
well, this isn't about that. We started talking about he posted about YouTubers getting free stuff like Oculus and the free tech and vacations. And he said, I'm certainly glad to see it. Now it's a question of why would anyone follow the content producer who do stump for Oculus without an honest opinion? And I was like, I tweeted back and I said, if I get stuff free, which is rare, I review it honestly. If it's 99% bad or, pretty much all bad, I probably won't even bother doing a review, which doesn't help for the consumers. I know. And I said that, and I said a free trip would be sweet. And he said, I respect your perspective. However, from my point of view, if you get free stuff and it's no good, your subs and the public in general should know about it before they drop a dime on it. Yeah, and it's just a double-edged sword, because if you're reviewing bad content and saying it's bad, then you're less likely to get in. It snowballs, and other developers might not send it to. Yeah, they're like, well, don't send it. He does a lot of negative reviews.
Yeah, no, I just don't do negative reviews.
It shouldn't matter. If it's shit, people should know it's shit.
Right.
And then if it's shit, maybe the person that sends you something should have some confidence in their product.
Yeah, I don't review it though, man. This is what we're talking about. I don't review it. So my philosophy is I don't do a negative review. I just do a positive review. The reason I don't do reviews anymore is because I find it so hard to sort through the mass of crap I get sent.
Yeah.
And I look at everything. You got to understand. I look at everything, and I just think I can't endorse this. So I'm not going to review it. I'm not going to give them a bad review either, because I figure, they just need to crack on with it. Sometimes I might email back and say, yeah, it's not really my cup of tea. I think you should maybe make some changes. I do that all the time, but I don't review it because...
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'll give them personal feedback, and you know what I mean? So I'm giving, it's like, you're going to send me the product, and I may not actually do a review for you, because maybe I see your vision and I can see where it could be good down the road, and I don't want to hurt you at an early stage by saying something negative about your product.
That's fair.
Where I take a little problem is like, okay, I'm sorry. I am someone who Oculus has been sending on vacations, which are not vacations, by the way. We are actually doing things, and I have been sent some free things from them. So, I'm sorry, I am still genuine. When I put out a review, it is a review, okay? I don't give a crap who sent me anywhere. I don't give a crap who sent me things. Yeah. Like, Pimax just sent me this headset right here. I didn't pay for this. They sent it to me because they want my opinion, and they want people to know my opinion.
Yeah.
And if it's a spade, I'm going to call it a spade.
I don't mind doing like Chris, you're saying, I don't want to have to. That's where that becomes another job in itself. It's like, how do I criticize this or critique it and still give some positive to it? That's when you're adding another level to your editing, and you're like, you can't, if it's all really bad, then it's really hard to like have any positivity in it.
There was one recently, actually, Billy. Someone asked me to review, and they've asked me multiple times to review a product, and I forget what it's called. You guys will remember. It's like a wheelchair racing simulator, and immediately alarm bells for me. I just thought, wheelchair racing simulator. This sounds like you're taking the piss out of disabled people, and fair enough. It was actually really good, right? And I'm not even joking. This it's called Differently Fast. That's what it's called. And the mechanics, you had to sort of like wheel the wheelchair and round a track, and it had ramps. It was really daft, but it was really, really fun. And I said to him, it's great, but the intro was just mocking or just making a weird comment about disabled people. And I was like, I won't review that, because,
that's an odd one.
Just change it, because if you changed it to be more positive about disability, then people will be all over that. They'd say, oh, what a great idea. But it was a bit weird the way it was presented, and I said, so I gave him the feedback.
Fun or something. It's like
I think he changed it though. I think he changed it. In fairness, I haven't checked recently, but it's actually a really good title.
I'm looking at it now. Yeah, it looks very like really low texture.
I suppose it kind of gets around the disassociation, doesn't it, of like actual locomotion. So like you don't have to worry about any disassociation from walking because you're sitting on your ass, and it kind of matches.
I think that's right. It was actually a really nice thing, and it worked so well. Like if you gripped on one side, you'd spin in the way you'd expect a wheelchair to work, and it just worked so well.
Index, it's perfect for the index, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's worth a look. I mean, I don't want to. Again, it was one of those situations where it was a bit like my own kind of personal feeling that it was slightly disrespectful to. It wasn't like mocking, I guess, but it was slightly disrespecting disabled people. And you think that's like an area where if you want to be kind of, politically correct and stuff, you can actually. Let's face it, you can give something people can rally behind a bit. Which
that's like the 9/11, the 9/11 thing, where that game was built for empathy for people in the towers, but it was still like there was gamified parts of it where you had to do things, which they were all related to like, let's try and get out of these buildings, but at the same time, I think that's what like you remember when I put that video out, like a lot of news like Russia Today and New York Daily were all jumping on that hype train.
I saw your video on the Daily Mail in the UK, which was a bit of a worry.
Yeah, they were just capitalizing on, oh look, it's a game, like they have to do these tasks in the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of those things. Like if you're making a game, like a fun game out of, I don't know, it's just it's a risky.
The world's gone mad though, like as well. Like I do agree with like if something's really bad, then obviously try and refrain from saying it like that. But I think in this day and age, the world's of fannies, man. Like it's too politically correct as well. Like it's so frustrating.
Yeah. That's why I'm being cautious about it, because I hate the way we're almost banning things for being, too not politically correct enough. And I think you've got to have a bit of humour in the world, but it's really hard. And I honestly feel sometimes when we talk about, I listen to us talking on this podcast, sometimes I think we come across a little bit like gatekeepers of VR, you know what I mean? Like gatekeepers of all things that are virtual reality. You must follow our rules. But, clearly not. We're just a bunch of consumers that just love virtual reality, right?
Just people.
Whatever,
people who play what we want to play, right?
Even
sorry,
even just
Billy, you're
YouTube as well. Like YouTube as a platform, like do anyone ever watch that Yong Yi channel? Have you seen him? Like, he's like a games reviewer. He's pretty sick. He talks about Cyberpunk 2077. He has had to edit his videos to the point just to remain ads friendly.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like he's had to add, he's had to bleep out the word racism just to stay fucking monetized. Like, oh my gosh, like. And he wasn't saying anything insensitive. He wasn't being racist.
You just said it on this, man.
Oh, you just demonetized.
You ain't getting no ads. This is shut down, mate. Google shut you down. Sorry, Jen.
What I thought was hilarious.
That's strike three, man. Strike three.
Also, Don's got those swastikas behind him. We're never going to get monetized.
I got stormtroopers back there, so But
Yeah.
because I run that TubeBuddy add-on for my YouTube channel, and it like analyzes my video,
Yeah.
and it gives me this little blurb the other day that says that I might not be advertiser friendly because my title or the description had the word "damn" in it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
are you fucking kidding me?
That's probably the biggest one of the biggest reasons I've stopped uploading as well. I think it's just a whole everything just come together at once, and it's just like fuck this. Like, is it another thing? Copyright strikes. Oh my god, I had some wind in one of my Fallout mods. Yeah, one of my Fallout mods. Yeah, sound effects. It was like Tale of Two Wastelands. That I had a wind mod installed. Yeah, like to make it more eerie and stuff. And like that part, there was like a 4-second part of my video flagged up for fucking wind. And it was like, this video is now been claimed by fucking whatever. And like, I was just like, I'm deleting the video. The video's gone. If I can't have it, they can't have it. And I just deleted it. I was like, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I hate that.
That stuff's I think is a little more understandable. But wind, that's kind of weird.
I think it was
Subway Super, and you could hear wind noise.
I think Chris got this too. Duck season. I think we all got popped for the sound of the ducks quacking.
Oh, that was it. It was Duck Quacking, owned by
Duck Quacking. Yes,
Bird Noises Limited.
Copyright strikes for.
Yeah. Do you know what? I think is there somewhere else? Is there another platform that doesn't do this?
Oh
bullshit?
yeah, there's a few actually, and there's a guy I like very much who used to be called Loki Games. Who's now called Walk the Plank. He's called. Yeah. And he does stream to YouTube still, but he streams to a couple of other platforms as well, where he mainly gets his money, where he makes his money. And I think I forget. You'll have to check. Maybe. You'll have to check.
I definitely would consider doing something like if there wasn't the politics behind it all. It's so frustrating. I wouldn't say I'm horrible. I'm not a horrible bloke, but I'm not really politically correct either. I'm just normal. But then, being normal is a problem this day and age as well. And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel
if
like
it's
you're
funny,
filtered.
You should laugh at it.
Yeah, everything's so filtered, and it's just so annoying. It's just so annoying that you can't, you have to think before you speak about everything. And
Wayne, look at the kind of reviews that get pushed out by some of the more, some of the bigger VR channels. I won't name names, but they don't tend to focus on the games that we love to play, which are like kind of first-person shooter type multiplayer stuff like Pavlov and Onward and Standout and War Dust and all those awesome games. And the reason for it is because really there's a kind of general dislike streaming anything related to guns, right? Because of any potential backlash. And I used to kind of caveat the beginnings of my videos and saying, oh, just let you know, I know guns aren't everyone's cup of tea, but and I stopped doing that because I thought, why the hell am I doing that? Pandering to people, you know what I mean? It's just, if you don't want to watch it, go away.
Well, I'm on early shift. I've actually got a course tomorrow, a 2-day course, Leadership Essentials Module 2. So that's what I've got for tomorrow. So
you do look like you've got a lot of leadership potential in you.
Yep, show them this video, man.
Sure.
Oh yeah, they will love it. They will love this one.
Oh dearie me. Oh well, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Nice one. Really nice to see you all, and I'll see you soon. Yeah.
Cheers, Wayne.
Nice one. Love you all. Yeah, bye.
Cheers, guys.
Bye bye.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye bye now. Bye bye.
Bye bye. He loves to talk like that. He's always like, bye bye.
Right, before we shut down, because we've gone over the hour that we promised we'd start closing out, but we'll think of some other things we wanted to close off on. But if people have got any questions in chat, now is the time to ask them. Anything you like. Clearly nothing's off topic tonight. Bikes, cars, the state of the media.
Yeah, the only other thing I had in my notes too was the 3D rudder. If anyone's looking for, if they don't have pedals for flight sim, that 3D rudder is a good, cheap alternative.
I thought about adding that into my
Yeah. If I don't know if it has to be on a flat surface, but if you could tilt it up, that would be perfect.
It does need to be on a flat surface. I reviewed it last year, and it was an interesting controller. It really was, and I can see a lot of potential for it if you are doing simulator stuff like seated.
Yeah, I don't really know if it's got a strong future, but it's got a use case for.
Well, I'll tell you where it actually might have a strong future, but it's going to be outside of VR, and that is Unity and Unreal Engine, because you can use it as a means of locomoting the camera.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe even in 3D modeling software too, you could probably map it to be. Yeah.
So that's one of the ones where I think that it started with a VR use case, but it's going to kind of grow outside of VR, and people are going to find a much better use case for that.
Yeah.
I had a VR rudder. I think it was about 6-9 months ago. I did a review of it, and I liked it. I didn't really kind of fully appreciate what the use case would be for me. I had someone.
Did you try it in a flight sim?
I tried it a lot. I tried it in different situations, and it worked quite well. And I think they've improved the software as well. I actually, there was someone on channel. I won't betray any trust by talking about who he is, but he suffers from I think it's MS. So he has difficulty standing for any length of time. It's not that he can't stand, and it's not that he can't move his legs. He just found it difficult to stand for length of time, and he loved standout. And so I gave it to him. I posted it to him, and he uses it, whereas I wouldn't have. So I think there is a use case for people who have kind of locomotion issues. Obviously not paraplegic or whatever, but if you can move your legs but you can't stand for long periods of time, then it's really a lifesaver, you know.
Like me, I've got a 3-level fusion in my back, and so I was going to say I kind of love it when I do have a VR title that I can sit and play from time to time, because I don't always want to be standing up. So for people with disabilities, I can definitely see that being a home run.
Yeah, for sure. So did we get any questions? We got people being very positive, and I got to say it's really lovely seeing the level of support we're getting, and seeing all the old faces popping up. So obviously you've still got us on notifications turned on. That's really amazing. Great support. Really nice to see that, and really nice to see Wayne dropping as well. If you've got any questions at all, I don't think people do. They've had enough of us.
I don't think they do.
No, that's it.
Here, I'm just going to say it, guys. It's been great. I mean, this has been great to come back together and do this again. And I'm really looking forward to starting this back up.
Do we need to say there was absolutely no planning involved in starting this? I don't think we need to say that, do we? But there wasn't.
No, we just wanted to. I really wanted to just get together and chat with you guys and podcast it up.
That's what we've done. That's what we've done. Yeah.
Well, we did it.
We never actually stopped talking. We just all stopped talking like this. So
Yeah. So I think we'll definitely. Well, I'd say try. We will be back on next Sunday. Whoever can make it will be here. Even if it's just one guy sort of looking awkward, sat by himself. It'll be that. But yeah, no, it'll be good.
Someone Sponge said Index versus Pimax. Hard to compare.
To call that one, yeah.
Probably.
I really want to know. I'm sorry, and as soon as I get an Index, I will be the first person to let you know, because I just real quick on that. I'm very impressed with the Pimax. I didn't think I was going to be. I really want to see the Index. I want to see a compare and contrast of the two. So, and real quick, because we didn't mean it, the audio on the Index is another thing that I really.
Oh yeah, off of your. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Audio, because apparently people are going nuts and saying that it is just absolutely fantastic. So
the off-ear stuff. It's off-ear, and it kind of broadcasts. Well, it pushes the sound like it's outside, which is that's a really good idea, because it's kind of like an immersion drop, isn't it? Having these things.
Well, the Oculus Go and the Quest do that as well. The Rift S does it now as well, but I don't know. It's just there's not a lot of bass in it, and it just sounds tinny sometimes. It does have a really cool effect, though, of making you think that you're hearing things in the room where you're at. But what I've heard is that the going to have that, but with full fidelity, and that's what I want to hear.
Yeah. I want the Index to be good, because I think that has the greatest potential.
What I like about it is it's like kind of going back to not completely, but it does have some of that maker feel to it, because they have the modularity on the front for that add-ons. And I don't know, man. I just trust I'd probably be a little naive, but I'm putting a lot of trust into this headset. Like, I'm just excited for it, I think, more than anything.
I don't think it's bad to say, you know, a system like that that's got the backing of Valve, that's got to be worth something, right? And I'm not criticizing Pimax too much here because I don't know them, but I've heard a lot of rumors that they're not so good on RMAing stuff, that their software's a little bit flaky. I would certainly hope that Index, you know, that Valve and that Valve Index would not have those same problems. So that's where my money would be.
Valve is going to bring anything to the market that's not top notch.
Yeah,
so.
I can't. It's hard. It's hard to imagine them just botching, you know, something like that. I could imagine them. They could have been working on this since DK2, DK1 days. Who knows?
Are we under NDA about? Are we allowed to talk about the Half-Life 3 launch with Index?
Well, we're not supposed to have ever even mentioned that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll edit this out so it's not visible on the replay.
So,
yeah.
So everybody, where's our brain flashy thing? We're gonna flash them into the cameras. Everybody, just look at your screen. Didn't hear what Chris said. We don't want to go down that rabbit hole because our good friend Reality Check already did that, like back at GDC with the whole, saying that they tried the Valve Index before it was even a thing.
Yeah, well, we used to.
Caleb got messed up for talking about the Index. I thought he got in trouble about the Oculus Quest.
No. It was Caleb and Eric Hartley, E-, and let's see who else, Voodoo DE. There was like 3 or 4 of them at GDC, and they did a little mock video that they had just tried a super secret Valve headset. And
oh my god, that's funny. So you can get in trouble for pretending?
Well, apparently some people from a large VR publication got very bent out of shape that they had not gotten to try this headset and made.
I can guess who that might have been.
A stink about it publicly on the floor at GDC. So
really,
yeah. I'm surprised you guys hadn't heard that story.
Yeah,
so,
tell me about this. Maybe later. Maybe not on the stream.
I'll let Caleb tell you the story.
But I thought he got in trouble with talking about Oculus features.
No, that's a different story. That's
oh, he's always getting in trouble. That guy. Yeah, honestly.
He don't care.
So for anyone who's watching this, no, we do not know anything about anything.
Yeah. But Half-Life 3, the gameplay's really good. It's just, I don't know, the story's getting kind of weird at this point.
Right, I know.
No, I'm just joking. We don't know anything about it.
With the motorcycle and
oh dear. Anyway, we've gone too far. Yeah, we've hit 1 hour 30. Paul's happy.
Hitting 1 hour and 30 minutes. So.
Yeah, we should stop really. Should we end it there? I think it's.
I think we should.
Yeah, we've had a good run.
Yeah, Sponge. I would probably go with the Index and get a Pimax after you have base stations on eBay or something used.
Oh yeah. Don't get a Pimax.
You can get a Pimax right now. There's a Pimax 5K Plus on eBay for $400. Buy it now, so you could save money getting it used, and and you get the controllers with the Index. So I would go with the Index first.
I reckon a lot of people
I haven't tried the Pimax.
They're going to be dumping the Pimax, I reckon, when the Indexes start to ship, because I think a lot of people probably trying out these things, and maybe the Index is the holy grail. But to be honest, you know, the Index hasn't got the wide FOV that the Pimax has. So.
And I was just going to say, and I said this earlier, the Index, really curious, but I really like that 170-degree field of view.
Get them both. Just get them both.
You gotta get them both, yeah. Just get them both.
Gotta catch them all. It's like Pokemon.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm gonna call it there and end the stream. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. And Don, fantastic, and really kind of flying the flag for VR, Don. You know, he's actually been keeping the VRSpies name alive as well. I mean, Billy and me have been doing nothing. I mean, literally just drinking, mainly drinking and womanizing. Yeah. But yeah, thank you, Don. And let's try and get back on next Sunday, and we'll call it there. Sure. Thank you, everybody.
Bye bye.